So I'm going to start. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spanish United Radio. I'm your host, Enrique Sanchez, founder director of Spanish United. Tonight, we have a very special discussion tonight. We're going to be talking about the play Too Many Tamales. And for this evening, I have a co-host, which would be kind of nothing to serve the audience.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy Laura Ibeth y aquí estamos de invitados colados. Gracias, Enrique, por la invitación.
Igualmente, ustedes pueden, can you introduce yourself to the audience, the guest? Yeah, go ahead.
Hola, yo soy Alejandra Teresa Fuentes Jauregui y soy María.
Hi, I'm Justin Poole. I play Mike in the play, and happy to be here.
Yo soy Jonathan Kelly, papel de Mr. Cormac. Temporada número 17.
Muchas gracias. Bienvenido al programa. Welcome to the show. So, Laura, explain to the audience the people that hosted the play. What's the name of the foundation?
Bueno, la Fundación Bilingüe de las Artes fue quien inició esta mágica obra por medio del libro de Gary Soto que se llama Too Many Tamales en 1996. Fundación Bilingüe de las Artes ya tiene 51 años gracias a nuestras fundadoras, a Carmen Zapata, Margarita Galván, Estela Escarlata y Lina Montalvo. Lina Montalvo fue quien hizo la adaptación del libro de Gary Soto para hacer esta mágica obra de Too Many Tamales, quien ha sido ya dirigida por Cecilia García, que es nuestra directora artística, también por Alejandra Flores, fue una de las directoras, y actualmente es Lorena Lucas, quien es nuestra directora de...
Fantástico. So, una pregunta, ¿cómo ustedes pudieron entrar para hacer el teatro? ¿Cómo ustedes se comunicaron para hacer este teatro de obra de Too Many Tamales?
El casting.
El casting, sí.
Bueno, yo en el 2017 tuve la oportunidad de estar en el BFA y ese mismo año me hicieron el casting. Estuve en otra obra que se llamó Salón México y de ahí en diciembre me dijeron que si quería hacer también Too Many Tamales como la tía Rosa. Y en ese tiempo tenía mi hija chiquita de 8 años y también fue uno de los personajes que es Dolores. Después de ahí hasta el año pasado fue que regresé a hacer la tía Rosa y este año cubrí unas poquitas funciones y ahorita lo está haciendo Anita Soto, el personaje de la tía Rosa. Y ahora mi hija está en los Puppeteers porque pues ya está muy grandota.
Awesome. So I wanted to ask a question to Maria. You as a child actor, what are your strengths and your successes in acting? Because a lot of Hispanic kids like to get into acting, so we would like to know what are the things that you enjoy about acting, like particularly like in this play of Too Many Tamales.
I love how I learn my lines. I just love going with them. And I also love how to see the story involve itself in the show.
Awesome. And do you feel that is easy to learn the lines, or do you have to practice for a few hours so you don't forget your part?
I have to practice.
I could imagine, because I know that many people when they are doing acting, sometimes they have outtakes. They have to do 100. Like I was at a 2 weeks ago for the taping of Night Court. I was there for 6 hours, so they were it was hassle. So I kind of give kudos to the people that are directing and producing, because it is a lot of work. It may look easy to us, but it takes a lot of work and dedication. So a question for Justin: How did you get involved in Too Many Tamales, and what do you like about your character for the play?
I got involved because of my resemblance to Cormac here, and
are you related or no?
No, we're not. But it's we're spiritually related. But
yeah, you look related from the nose down.
Yeah. So that's how it found me. Well, we were friends,
right?
So he said, you could work. That's how I met the director, and we talked, and we thought it could work. So we tried it, and it's so far so good.
Okay, and what about you, Jonathan? Like, how did you get connected with Too Many Tamales?
My primary career was as an anesthesiologist. I
Mm.
retired from that in 2002 and moved to LA. A few years after that, walking with my dog on a trail, I met one of the administrative helpers from the Bilingual Foundation, Gigi.
Mhm.
And I told Gigi, practicing my Spanish, I told her I was taking acting lessons in LA and having a good time. And she said, "We've got just the role for you. You should come and audition
Mhm.
in September or something."
Oh, awesome.
So I did. And Ceci auditioned me to the conga. And I said, "Well, yes, I can." They do it. So I did. And a few days later, I was actually on Catalina Island with my dog.
Mhm.
Phone call. Ceci,
Oh, nice.
next day, come. And got on the boat and came.
Awesome.
The rest is history.
Awesome. Katerina, welcome to the show. Is there a Hi, Catherine. This is Enrique. I'm the host of Spanish United Radio. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, and a question for Mariana. You're the one that played the mom. So, like, what did you resonate with your character on Too Many Tamales?
Hello. Thank you so much for the invitation. And in my case, I feel like playing Gloria has been a really precious gift because it reminds me a lot of my family. I'm originally from Mexico City, and Gloria represents um, this mother figure who's in charge of the family, who has everything in control, who is loving and kind and loves her family. And it really makes me feel of my own mother and my aunts. And I grew up with this Christmas spirit in Mexico City, where we would sing the posadas and get together. And so when I'm doing the play, I feel like they are all with me, like Gloria says. Actually, there's a dialogue where Gloria remembers when her mother was teaching her how to prepare tamales, and then she says, when I think about that, I feel like they are all with me still, and I get the same feeling.
Mhm. Exactly. And a question for you, Hugo. Well, one thing I liked about your character is that you were like the mischievous one, like especially the part where you told the character of Alejandra that you don't want any more tamales because you felt bad. So, like, how was it for you doing that particular character, and how did you enjoy doing the plays? Like, that was a very amazing performance.
Thank you. I loved it so much. It just felt natural for me because I'm usually a very quiet person, and I I I I respect, and in the play I just feel like I'm the complete opposite. So I turn into someone I'm not.
Well, that's the thing about acting is that even if someone is an opposite of that character in real life, they could actually be somebody else. It's like there are characters because I've met several actors. Like there are actors that when they play a character, especially as like a very evil character, it's like you just hate that character. But when you meet the actual actor, it's like is the complete opposite. So it's like I always tell people in particular that we should always separate the character from the actor because sometimes we tend to interface the character and the actor being the same person, but they're two different people. That's why it's called a fictional character. So this question is for you, Marcela. You played one of the cousins. How was it for you doing Too Many Tamales, and how is it for you as a child actor acting in theater play?
My name's Sophia, and
Oh, my bad. It's Marcela on the phone. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sophia.
it just feels really good to do it. It's really exciting, and I have a line where I say I want to order tamales from the store, but he would just want to make tamales.
Okay, okay. Do you like tamales in general?
Yeah.
Nice. There's a similar tamal in Puerto Rico. They're called pasteles. But instead of being like beige color, they're green. So I relate pasteles to tamales. So Anita Soto, welcome for being on the show. Bienvenido al programa.
Hello, thank you.
So una pregunta para usted. ¿Cómo tú te pusiste en el show de Too Many Tamales y como actriz, cómo te ha ayudado en desarrollar tu personaje para el programa?
Bueno, yo he llegado a Bilingual Foundation por medio de la directora Lorena Lucas Holguín, que me ha convocado para participar en este montaje. Y ha sido una experiencia muy, muy grandiosa. Siento que junto con todo el elenco, tanto niños, actores, adultos, directores y todo el equipo técnico, hemos llegado a conformar precisamente eso, lo que es la familia de Too Many Tamales. Entonces, como actriz, siento que me aporta más que el trabajo en equipo y todo el tema alrededor que estamos trabajando del espíritu de la Navidad, siento que aporta eso, lo que es unión y hacer que un trabajo con diferentes herramientas llegue a ser lo que es Too Many Tamales.
Una cosa que me gustó más que nada del teatro es que dio una imagen positivo de la comunidad hispana, porque tú sabes que en el media, en películas, a veces hay estereotipos que somos pandilleros o estamos en problemas, pero que me gustó del teatro es que está presentando una representación positiva de una familia hispana que es educada, que no son que son janitors o que limpian, que son educados, preparados y son humanos, hacen errores, pero tratan de hacer las cosas en forma de como like a good moral. Like one of the things that I liked about the play is that Alejandra's character Maria, right? She didn't want to tell her mother that she had lost the ring, but the mother had the whole ring the whole time. So the moral to the story was is that it doesn't matter how bad things can get, you should always tell the truth. So I think that was a positive message que me gustó del teatro, porque es bien importante que nosotros tratamos de educar a las personas sobre la comunidad hispana. Que hay muchas personas que son americanos, que son de otros inmigrantes que no son hispanos, como decir los asiáticos, armenios, etcétera, que no conocen la comunidad hispana. So, eso es una forma de project una imagen positiva al programa. Yo siendo advocate of my organization, Spanish United, we do a lot of workshops where we try to present a positive image of Hispanic people in addition to providing like nonprofit work and all that. So I really enjoy because I feel these types of plays need to be done more often, especially now with the climate with immigration and all that, to show people that Hispanic people, we can be educated, we can be actors, we can contribute to society, and we could, it's like it's a chance for people to get to know us because it's very important that people get to know Hispanic people, especially that we're the largest demographic in the country. So that's a good way of introducing the culture of Latinos. And one thing that I like about the play is that even though it was kind of based like on a Mexican type story, you had Cuban culture in the background, Puerto Rican culture in the background, Dominican, Mexican, Central American, even Spaniard, because some of the cultural things that my mom was telling me in the play, some of it also comes from Spain, because all of Latin America, all of us, we come from Spanish background. So that's a good way of an inclusion of all the Latinos from all of Latin America to come together and act and present a positive culture. So I really believe that these types of plays are needed. So I also wanted to ask, as far as the foundation is concerned with the book, like, do you guys do this like in other parts of the country? Is it just here in California?
Por ahora solamente se está haciendo aquí en California y esto se está haciendo pues cada año en diciembre porque es un clásico familiar y pues es la época navideña, pero por ahora solamente.
Okay, okay, porque yo creo que para, if things get, bigger, that would be a good opportunity para presentar el libro y el play para otros estados. Y otra pregunta, ¿también están haciendo una película? Yo escuché, están haciendo una película del play o solo es el libro y el play nada más.
Por ahora solamente está la obra de teatro.
Okay,
Sí,
okay.
pero
my
igual
God.
la gente está pensando, cuando fue lo de la pandemia, fue
Ujú.
cuando decidieron que querían hacer como una película de Too Many Tamales,
Ujú.
pero no se pudo realizar en ese
Sí.
tiempo, pero quizá más adelante la traigan.
Sí, Gary Soto me estaba diciendo eso, que cuando pasó la pandemia, estaban pensando en hacer una película, pero no lo hicieron por la
Ujú.
pandemia. Pero it would be a good opportunity to make it into an actual, movie.
Sí.
Because, I think it's very entertaining. And another question I was going to ask, how long has La Plaza de las Rosas been around for? Like the theater, like how long has it been around for?
1972.
1972. Okay, for about like 50 years. Okay. And I was told that the ones that founded the theater were Cubans, right? Or at least they influenced it in some way.
It was founded by Eddie Albert and Margot Albert, and that's actually who it's named after.
Mhm.
And so Eddie Albert is American in terms of
Ethnicity.
his ethnicity.
Okay.
Margot Albert, and they had a love for the Latino culture,
Mhm.
a complete appreciation. And so that's why Eddie Albert was one of the huge supporters of Plaza de Plaza.
Mhm. Yeah, Albert is actually a Jewish name, and I know that there's Herb Alpert of the Tijuana Brass. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're related, because that's like a unique name, Albert.
Yeah, Eddie Albert and Margot Albert, and so the theater itself is named after Margot Albert.
Oh,
And so Margot Albert Theater is housed at Plaza de la Raza.
okay, awesome. Another question I wanted to ask to Mariana, like I remember like there were like some scenes where your character was trying to get like the character of the husband to like, you know, to help out. Like, how were you able to do that scene without having to laugh? Because I could imagine you had to do like a lot of outtakes for that particular scene.
Well, yes, and actually working with Daniel Restrepo is a challenge itself because he's a great actor and he's very funny. So every even when we were rehearsing, it was a challenge to put it together and to concentrate in what was going on in the scene. But I feel like just like Anita said, I think we are a great team, and since we were rehearsing, we could feel that we were super excited to work this play and to get to know each other, and everybody put their best. And I feel that for myself, it's been a great experience. Each show is different because that's how theater is. There's no one that looks like the other. Every show is different, and yes. So I don't know if I answer your question though, but but
Mhm.
but yes, he had to do it as a wife, I mean, I'm not married, but the character is. So
Right.
yes, she's in charge of everything. She's like doing everything for this Christmas night to happen with the family, and she wants everything perfect, but at the same time she's a big-hearted woman who wants the best for her family.
Mhm.
And there's another I mean, I've been thinking about Too Many Tamales nowadays, in particularly with Gloria's character regarding the relationship that she has with her mother-in-law,
Mhm.
because and that is something that I talked to Lorena, our director, because she doesn't want to have more children, because she wants to finish her career. She's a businesswoman. Actually,
Right.
the play opens when Maria is talking to the puppets, and she says that her mom is a businesswoman. So I thought, that's interesting nowadays, because it kind of get us thinking about how much has changed, and as a woman, that if you don't have to have children, it's okay, and that would be something that even some, especially my generation, millennials are not having more children anymore like before. So I think Too Many Tamales is a play that get us to think, to question ourselves, to remember our traditions, and it's just a very beautiful play. On the surface, it seems to be just fun and nice and beautiful, but if you think about it, it has a lot of messages.
Mm-hmm. And a question for Yolanda. Which character were you in the play?
I am in Dolores.
Okay. Okay. So like, what do you like about your character?
She is my favorite character because she is dramatic.
Okay. Okay. And did you enjoy like acting in terms of getting into character? Like, did you feel that you like were the character, or did you feel that you had to study the character like first in order for you to know what the character was?
Mm,
Hello? Hello, Yolanda, you there?
yeah, I'm just thinking.
Okay, Maria, I'm sorry. My bad.
She's just thinking.
Yeah, because I see the thing there. Okay, okay, not a problem. I'll get back to you. Justin and to John, this is my question to you guys. I know that your two characters were the non-Hispanic characters in the story. So, as non-Hispanic characters, like, do you feel like you were able like to present like an accepting, inclusive character of, for example, of intermarriage, or do you think that the characters that you guys play was kind of like a stereotype, or you think it's like, putting them all together in the sense like you're an outsider, but at the same time you're being inclusive of the Hispanic characters in the book. So
Why don't you start, John?
be my guest.
My character in the play is a gringo guy fascinated with the Latino culture,
Mm-hmm.
the cuisine, the music, the language.
Mm-hmm.
This is who I am in my real life.
Mm-hmm.
And including in the play, Justin kids me about being hard of hearing. I'm hard of hearing in one ear.
Okay.
Really, over the years, I joke with the director, I have become Mr. Cormac. Not just during the 3 months we're doing the play. I feel like Mr. Cormac year round.
Okay.
Mr. Cormac has become me.
Right.
The character is a mirror of who I am.
Right.
And it's a delight to do it.
So you feel that you can relate to the character.
Perfectly.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about you, Justin?
Yeah. It's funny. We've had this conversation. We have this conversation almost every time we talk about how he wants to be Cormac and I want to be Mike. I'm like I want to be this guy, And I kind of am this guy. I'm pretty close to being this guy already. Mm-hmm. So it fits really nicely for me, and it's yeah. And there were moments when I was like, oh God, I'm like Homer Simpson. I don't like this.
Right.
Physically, I'm too. But then I thought, yeah, it's I got over it because I thought, well, yeah, but you're also being accepted into this community. You have this fabulous, Latino wife, and you've got 3 kids. I mean, not a bad deal,
right?
And so you're the, so I'm the, dorky white guy, which is, I can live with that. And a lot of the script. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
In real life, Tio Mike is the loving father of a beautiful 7-year-old daughter. So in the play, he's himself. I see him turning it on to the kids in the play. And just being himself. Beautiful. I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like there's a certain like stereotypical thing, but it's also, I'm kind of okay with it because it's like, Mike is a lot like Mike. I think Mike is vaguely codependent. He's vaguely neurodivergent. He's kind of can't quite get it right.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay.
Sounds like cosmic. They found the right guy.
Yeah, like I know that when people get like casting for different actors, sometimes many actors and actresses find it very difficult to get into character. Even though they try to, they have to like eat and breathe the character. But for some people, it's very natural to get into character. So yeah, that's really awesome. 'Cause for many people that get into acting or even writing a character, sometimes they have to brainstorm ideas. Like I myself, I have two books that I'm making. I made a revenge style book, which is kind of like Death Wish. The other one's like a kid's book. So I have to like manage between making two different characters for two different, books, and it can be difficult, but I know that when one brainstorms different ideas and understand, okay, this character's from this character, not the other one, I think one could be successful not only as an actor but also as a writer. So another question I wanted to ask to oh Katerina. Wait, hold up. What's her name again?
Catherine Jimenez.
Catherine, yes, I wanted to ask you a question. Can you hear me? Ask to unmute. Hello? Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Another question I wanted to ask you, because we have about 5 minutes left. I wanted to ask, when you started the character in the book, like, did you know about what the story was about, or they just gave you like this is the book of your character and you have to learn the part? Like, did you like know of the story before you got into the play?
I didn't know the story.
Oh, that you didn't know the story.
No.
Okay. So did you have to like read the book first before you decided to take the role as the actor?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think it was simple for you, or do you think you had to like study and understand what the
Yeah,
character
to
was?
practice.
I'm sorry?
I had to practice all my lines.
No, okay. And did you find the lines to be fun and entertaining? Or did you have to like, oh, I have to study, I have to memorize?
Yeah, I found it entertaining.
Oh, okay. Because like I said, you're a character who played like one of the kids of Mike. I thought it was pretty interesting. Like I really like the chemistry between you and Alejandra and with Hugo. That's
Yeah.
like typical of Hispanic kids. They always like to like play pranks on each other. So yeah, like I said, I really thought that you and the rest of the cast did an excellent performance, and I really feel that as you get older, you could definitely have more opportunities. So just keep focusing on acting and stay in school and just try to do the best. And this goes for also for you, Hugo, and also for you, Alejandro. Because I always educate people in my workshops that in order for Hispanic youth and people to have a better future, we need to educate ourselves. It's very important. You know, having a humble job, it's fine. There's nothing bad about that. But especially that we live in this country, which is very competitive. We need to educate ourselves in order to have more opportunities for the future. So, any last comments? Because I have about 3 minutes left on the timer.
Bueno, me gustaría mencionar el nombre de todos los integrantes de esta obra y después si Mariana nos puede dar las fechas porque todavía tenemos este sábado y domingo y los horarios también. Mira, pues Mariana Montes, que ella es la mamá, Gloria, Daniel Restrepo, que es el papá, Elizabeth Cuevas, que no nos pudo acompañar porque está un poquito enferma, que ella es la abuela, Sofía Betancio, que es María, junto con Alejandra Fuentes, que se están intercalando en el personaje. Tenemos a Anita Soto, que es la tía Rosa, Jonathan Kelly, que es el abuelo, Justin Paul, que es el tío Mike, Emma Mendoza, que es Teresa, y tenemos a Hugo Sosa, que él es Dani, ahí sí no tenemos otro Dani, él es el que le tiene que dar pila a todas las funciones. Tenemos a Jimena, que ella la hace de Teresa también. Tenemos a Grace Lucas, ella la hace de Dolores, María Bautista también de Bautista de Dolores, se intercalan. Y también tenemos a Santa Claus, que es el señor García. Tenemos atrás a nuestros puppeteers, que es Claire Márquez, Sofía Turel, Adriana Cubas, Giselle García, tenemos a Coco, ahí nuestra mascota, el año pasado tuvimos a Juan y ahora tenemos a Coco, que les encanta a los niños y es el perrito del abuelo. Y pues le pasamos acá el micrófono a Mariana para que nos dé las funciones y los días que nos quedan.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm going to say it in Spanish.
Yeah.
Tenemos en English. So, bueno, tenemos funciones este sábado y domingo, o sea, mañana. Mañana tenemos 4 funciones a las 12 de la tarde, a las 2, a las 2 de la tarde, a las 4 de la tarde y a las 7 de la noche. Y el domingo tenemos 2 funciones a las 12 y a las 3 de la tarde.